Fraser Island is in the news. First of all, they've renamed it to Kagari. Kagari? I don't know. It's been renamed recently, so when I first read it, I was like, I've never heard of this place.
Yeah.
It's Fraser Island.
Oh, so how am I supposed to know you're talking about Fraser Island? It's not even in the title. I'm
literally-
looking at it like, what the hell are they talking about? I see Kagari.
So for those who
Moving on.
don't know, Fraser Island's this massive island off the coast of Australia.
Beautiful, like big sand dunes,
Eastern
clear
coast of
water.
Australia.
Okay.
Eastern Australia. This is what it looks like.
Beautiful.
Pat and I have both
Stunning.
been there separately, not together. But Fraser Island is notorious for having the highest density of dingoes anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Dingoes, having arrived in Australia 4-ish thousand years ago, never massive, huge populations, except for some reason on Fraser Island. Did you see them when you were there?
I've got a great dingo story. I think I've told it, but like 80 podcasts ago. But they're everywhere. They're running through the campsite.
Everywhere.
There are wild dingoes in the
Stealing
interior that
Yep.
by the hundreds.
Yep.
That you're just walking and there's dingoes, and if you're over 5'6", they don't fuck with you.
Right,
And if
exactly.
you're like 4'11", they might.
However,
Yikes.
there was a woman who I'm guessing was under 5'6", who was jogging and ended up going to the hospital when one dingo seeked her out and then began to attack her, and she ran into the ocean to evade the dingo attacks, and the dingoes followed her into the ocean.
Jesus.
Yeah,
shit.
and I think it says, if you scroll down there somewhere, Kyle, she got bitten like 6 or 7 times. Like they really
goodness.
nailed her.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are dingoes just that aggressive?
They're wild canids.
They're weird because are they aggressive? No. It's like saying, is a coyote aggressive? But under the right circumstance, they switch on, and especially in that pack mentality, that henhouse syndrome that we've talked about.
Yeah.
They seem to just go a little bit nuts. And this isn't the first time. There've been a couple bites in Fraser. Some kid got pulled out of their tent, I believe, in Fraser Island.
Yeah,
There's
and
been a few.
dingo
of them.
ate
When
Joe
I was
Baby.
there, I had not left Australia yet, and there was a fatal attack on a mother and a child.
Fatal attack?
On Fraser as well.
on Fraser, yeah.
Oh, wow.
The
So it was
kid
like a
died?
couple months. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
But look, I mean, look at this. It's been so. One of the dingoes involved in attacking this woman was already like being monitored because it had just attacked a 6-year-old.
It's on bad behavior on time
Yeah.
out.
So that, like in the last couple months, there's been several different dingo bites.
And this is from habituation, by the way. This is because, as Patrick said, these dingoes are running through the campsites. They're picking up people's garbage and eating it. They're used to humans. They're around humans.
Yeah.
So, they get like this.
Oh my
So,
God.
Look at this. Here's the dingo biting this chick on her G-string, which is quite something.
This is a separate occasion, but
Different occasions.
same
So
spot.
Yeah, look at them. So,
So-
see,
so
they're
yeah,
just cruising around the beach.
I walked up. So by the way, this beach.
Look at the fucking balls on these. Are you kidding
He
me?
just wanted a rump steak.
I would fucking kick that bitch right in the face, dude. Are you fucking
You talking about
kidding
the lady or the
the
dog?
The female dog.
Dude, if it was even coming near my ass to sniff, it's getting a
just
direct
wanted-
She's
hit.
asleep, and nobody was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Sally."
I mean,
What the
Oh, she got a little nip on the buttocks.
she's got a nice tuchus. Like, I get
Well,
what
yeah.
he's doing, you
But
know?
that
Gotta
beach,
chunk-
I think, is where that
chunk out of it
shipwreck
now.
is that a lot of people
Yeah.
go to see.
Yep.
So we were.
Fuck these dingoes, dude.
They're cute though, aren't they? That's
Dude,
good looking dog.
That happened
me-
because she panicked like that.
It was sort of
If
walking
she had
away.
sat up and been sort of aggressive towards it,
Yeah.
it would have like panicked and run away.
Yeah.
But because she like got up and fled,
Yeah.
that's just predator brain kicking in. That's like, whoop, nip, and you could see that he was not. What on earth are you pulling up there, Kyle?
that
He was
Nate
not
Forrest running
attacking
around
her.
naked?
He was like doing that like dog nip herding type instinct.
By the way, like, fuck these dingoes. How are they? Why are there so many of these there?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think maybe just good habitat. but
Dingoes are indigenous to Australia, I believe.
as of 4,000 or so years ago.
Can
Maybe
you,
it's 10,000.
can you look this up, Kyle?
Look that
I
up
think
quick.
they relocated a lot of dingoes to Fraser Island.
It's
I-
like
I think humans are involved.
It's like an assurance colony.
I'm not sure, but I very vaguely remember.
it's like having a shitty pet dog around.
Humans brought the dogs to Fraser Island.
And now the dogs
it
are
says
taking over.
The idea is that dingoes may have swum to Fraser Island.
Really?
Well, this
That's
is two
interesting.
things. It's thought that humans further brought the
Yeah.
dogs.
They just invaded this
But
fucking
so
island.
you know that dingoes aren't. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this. Dingoes are not like an African wild dog. Dingoes are some Australasian, like Indonesian pet that were brought with people when people first settled Australia.
I
There
did
were
not know
no,
that.
yeah, they're like an invasive species, but because they've been there so long, they're seen as iconic. Basically, by the time the white people got there, they're like, oh, these things are native. And then it turns out they're not.
Yeah.
When Aboriginal people first settled that area, when they came across like the Australasia, New Guinea, and down, they brought their hunting dogs with them, which is what dingoes are.
Interesting.
So did they go from being like domesticated animals back to being wild animals?
So they're never domesticated the way we think of domesticated animals, right? Like they weren't sleeping on their feet and stuff like that. They'd bring them along as hunting dogs, and then they'd sleep outside and run wild, and stuff like that. But they basically just went fully feral. Somebody should fact check all of this, but it's pretty well known that they came with people, and then they just
Fascinating.
took over Australia, basically.
Dude, so I knew that we had a Fraser Island story. I didn't know how it ended. I thought you were going to say that she ran into the ocean and just got tagged by 15 tiger sharks.
There's so many tiger sharks there. It's crazy.
So it's pretty crazy. There's you can't swim on that fucking
They can't
beach
swim. They
because
tell you do not
it's
swim.
illegal. They'll arrest you. And so if you go up to like there's a cliff where you can overlook the beach.
And see the tiger sharks?
And that's what it looks like, dude.
Oh, I
You
never
just
saw-
see
Oh my
God, a
tiger sharks
swarm.
everywhere. I've never seen that. I didn't see that many, but I saw probably 7 or 8 tiger sharks. I was
Wow.
like,
Fuck
holy
that.
shit, they're really just hanging out in the shallows.
It's nice that the animals are taking this territory over. We should just leave. Humans should just leave the island.
Dude, if you're thinking about going to Australia, like it's a really fun adventure place to
great.
go Fraser
It's
Island
great.
for like 2-3 days. Like fucking just like crazy river floats through jungle.
Oh, nice. That sounds
huge
sweet.
sand dunes with a lake at the bottom. You just roll down it. It's fucking awesome.
There's
That
also
does
a
sound awesome.
super cool endemic species of turtle there. I have pictures, but it's called Fraser Island short-necked turtle.
Oh,
Check
let's see what
out.
this thing looks
Chelonia
like.
nigra.
Maybe Drew will find it at the Reptile Roadshow.
Yeah, there you go. Here you go. Chelonia nigra, is that what he's called? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Fraser Island shortneck. Nope. I was Emidura nigra. Yeah, this little guy. Beautiful. They get pitch black shells, and they're everywhere in those freshwater lakes.